can you share good resources for us to learn about different kinds of fencing? How do you think about fencing when contemplating the design of a site? When would you use different kinds? Are there any you would recommend avoiding completely? Well, permaculture is very fence heavy. We fence a lot of diversity. We have very diverse connected systems. We have many types of fencing. I try and avoid expensive fencing. I don't like expensive fencing. I think a lot of fencing is way too over installed, way too much heavy fencing that doesn't need to be heavy and isn't very flexible and often expensive. So I love things like these electric nets. They're very dynamic, they're easily moved, they're very flexible. You can pick them up, you can change the shape of the fencing. It runs on a solar panel. So you've got an orange wire or a green wire. You can electrify both of them or just one of them. There's a plain wire at the bottom that you can peg down. You can hold tension with them. You can move them. We can fence chickens with this one, or ducks, or any poultry. We can fence goats, and we do. And they work wonderfully well. They've been a revolution in farming when we want to do flexible dynamic systems, and that's definitely us. Now just here is my large stock fence, and it's very flexible. I have a placebo top wire. It's electric tape, but it's not electrified, and I clip it onto star pickets, which are called T-bars in America or waratahs in New Zealand. They're a metal fence post we knock in with a rammer, but we can also pull it out with a fence post extractor. So we've got a post lifter, right? A fence post lifter. They're very simple hand tools, so we can move the fence. Now on the bottom, I have an electric cord. It's not switched on at the moment, otherwise I'd be jumping. And we have a simple insulator on each fence post. So they're easy to install, easy to connect, and they're easy to check with a little small checking gauge to see if they're working. But the main thing is there's not a lot of money involved. It's very, very flexible. It's easy to install, and we can change the design. Now, let me show you how I can just take this apart. So I can just pull that in like that and pull that fence. I can just put a bit of tension on this. And because I've looped it on as a loop, I can just pull that out. So this fence would come apart if I was in a floodplain. So just taking a bit of tension out of this, and that comes off. So now I can take the top wire off, and I can undo the bottom wire and wind it up. I'm in a floodplain and it's going to flood. I can take the wires off this, and the star pickets, the metal fence posts, they won't wash away in a flood. That's really useful. That means I can fence my large animals in cell grazing systems where sometimes it floods, but I don't lose an expensive fence. Going to save a lot of money there. So let me show you how the gates work. So here's my electric gate, and it's an electrified elastic cord. There's an electric wire running through the cord. I've wired it up so that it's not electric when I take it off the connection here. So have a look at this. I've got an insulator on the post and just a simple electric tag. Now once I join my hook on there, this electric cord becomes charged with electricity. So now it's charged. So then the connection here goes from this stainless steel bolt to an insulated wire that connects to the main wire. Now I have a metal wire that goes all the way around the farm between the 15 cells, but I have cord on the cells. So I have another connection here going to an insulated wire that goes underneath the gate entrance and comes up the other side. So here it is here. So that's electrifying right the way through under the gate. But then I have a cord that goes from here to a switch, from the switch to the paddock, to the cell. This switch isolates the electricity. If I connect that there, if I join that that electric circuit, this wire here, this simple cord electric wire, very flexible, easy to remove, it's now charged with electricity. There's just wire connecting it to the post, an insulator, another little bit of wire, the electrical connection, then the cord. If I disconnect here, the electricity in that cell is switched off. It's really that simple. So there are many different types of switches you can buy. This is a very simple one. Just makes that connection of the circuit, and now that cell is electrified, and now it's switched off. These simple systems, they're very easy to move. I can pick this up and move it. I can use a post hole lifter tool to lift the fence posts out. I use a slammer to slam them back in. I can change the shape of the paddock. I can change the size of the paddock. I can remove the wire if it's in a floodplain and the flood's coming. My system dynamically adjusts. These large animals are improving the ground by the way we move them from cell to cell. Cell grazing, a natural way the animals move, concentrating their manure, grazing everything off, then moving on. We're improving the ground. We've got the same production with less area. So we've increased the amount of food forest on the site. We've increased the amount of trees on site, but you have still got the same production on the large animals because our pasture has improved in quality. We could just have increased the amount of production we've had on the animals and keep the same amount of forest. We've chosen to keep the same production on our animals and increase the amount of forest, and most of it's productive forest. This is the dynamics of permaculture systems which evolve over time and get more and more refined, less and less work for more and more output. So I've got a system here with 3 gates all together. We've got horses on this side. The cattle were here this morning, just about 2 hours ago. They were queued up at this gate. We opened this gate and they went in here. Our drink trough is halfway between the 2 paddocks. So they were drinking out of it there. They're now drinking out of it here. They've just hit this grass here. And now they're ranging away in this cell, and they'll be here just for 2 days, maybe 3 at the maximum. We'll keep our eye on the grass. Then they'll move on to the next one. And they'll all be queued up at the gate at that end because they know they're going in that direction. It's that simple. This system is probably 1/5 of the price in fencing materials, and you can put it in yourself. Got to be one of the best ways to go.